So today we're going to be looking at while loops and for loops. First, we're going to be looking at while loops. You use while loops when you want to repeat a chunk of code. For example, if we wanted to count up till 100 in the 10 times tables, then you can write print 10, print 40. You get the idea. But what if you wanted to go up till 1,000? That would be a lot of lines of code, and it will probably get really long and tedious. This is where while loops come in handy. You use while loops just to make that part a bit shorter. So we start it by getting a variable. So for example, n, then it equals, since we're counting up to 100 in the 10 times table, we write 10. In the next line, we write while n less than or equal to 100, then a colon, and then we write print n. Then on the next line, this is a crucial step. We write n equals n plus 10. The reason why this is a crucial step is because if you don't have the plus 10, then the interpreter will just keep giving you numbers until it is equal to 100. But without the plus 10, n will always equal 10, so it will just keep going and going. It will never stop until your computer runs out of memory. So just remember this step. Now when we run, it shows up down. Now we can also use this to not just print numbers, we can also print symbols like an asterisk. So we can do multiplied by. So now when we run it, we get this. So there's 10 stars here, then we have 20 stars here, and then we have 30 stars here, all the way up till 100 stars. Okay, now we're going to look at for loops. First we get a variable, and I'm going to write a list of numbers. So we can do 100, 200,000. Okay, then on the next line, I'm going to write print n. So when I run, it shows up down there. But what if you want the numbers each on a separate line? That's when you would use a for loop. So the way you would write this is for, and then you give the loop a name. I'm going to write item, and then in n, and then we write directly underneath item, we write print item. And then when we run, there we go. Now we can also do the same using a while loop, but it's just a bit longer, but I'll show you anyways. The way you would do it is that you get a variable, so for example, we can say I, and then equals 0. Then on the next line, we would write while I is less than len, and then n in brackets. Len is basically just another function, just like print, but it measures how long the variable is. So what it's saying is that it will keep printing what I is equal to until it's the same length as this. And then on the next line, just under I, we write print, and then we write n, and then using square brackets this time, we write I. Then just under print, we would do I equals I plus 1. Now when we click run, it shows up down here. The first set is using the for, and then the second set of 1,000 is using the while. So you can use both ways, but while is just a bit longer.